Have you seen the documentary Nightmares or Nightmare?
I've seen it listed on Netflix, but I haven't actually watched it.
Basically, the story is not to spoil. Well, I don't want to spoil the movie. Fuck it. You got to get spoiled.
Does it really have a plot? It's a documentary or a documentary.
Weird.
It's a documentary.
Stop it! Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling at the wall? Stop it! Are you?
They don't know there's a wall here.
Okay, well there is. Anyway,
what else is going to be
documentary? No. In the nightmare, someone wakes up and they see someone standing above them. Their partner wakes up screaming, and there's like, I dreamt you had like a black cat on your chest. So, and that was very strange.
That's a
weird.
whole different
shared
thing.
Experience.
You know what that's called? There's a medical term for that called a folie à deux. It's French. Like it's a foolishness of two. So it's a term to describe like
I thought we got shared sauce on this channel right now. You're so informative.
Well, it's shared hallucinations. People have had that experience with psychedelics like psilocybin mushrooms, ayahuasca, things like that. Or, for instance, back in the day, I think it was called St. Anthony's fire. It was a type of fungus that would grow on spoiled wheat, and people would consume it, and they would have these shared hallucinations throughout the village.
So what do you think that says about everybody, that people can have shared hallucinations? I mean, does that say that there's something outside of them that is concrete that, you know, we just can't explain yet?
I mean, you want to leave all possibilities open, but then if you want to look at it in a different way...
Because, I mean, it would be super coincidental.
But what I think it speaks more to is possibly the suggestibility of the human mind. And who knows, there's other theories out there saying that everything we perceive comes through wavelengths. You know, eyesight that comes through wavelengths, hearing radio waves, they're all different wavelengths. And there's always the possibility that our minds are somehow like getting certain external sensory information through these wavelengths and maybe projecting it to someone else's mind. But that's like out there. Don't know if it's true. Maybe it's just fringe science. As of right now, if we're to stick with what we know, maybe it's just more about the suggestibility of
similar experiences. Maybe when people are together and they're high, they're like, "Hey man, I'm seeing a dragon. You said dragon, I'm seeing one too."
Exactly.
You know, like that may be what it is.
Or like with the Pentecostal church, one person starts speaking in tongues and everybody else starts speaking in tongues. Who knows?
Just offended all those people.
See how it works? I just did it.
There it was.
It's working.
Folie à deux.
It's just kind
in
of
practice. Folie à deux.
Before leaving what you were just saying, would that fall in line with Jung's idea of like a collective unconscious?
Yeah. Jung's idea of a collective unconscious, I mean, all of that, a hive mind of some sort, overarching everything.
Let me ask you about this. All right, you say wavelengths. Okay, well, color is like on a spectrum, right? And most people, well, as far as we know, we're all experiencing the same
400
colors.
to 700 hertz.
If we're all experiencing the same colors, once we start taking those, what was some of the mushrooms you're talking about?
Psilocybin mushrooms, and there's Amanita muscaria, all these other things.
You know, everybody's taking the same thing and they're picking up on the same wavelength. I guess that'd be the same as picking up on the same spectrum of perception. You know, does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense, but it's two different thoughts. Like maybe, you know,
I'm probably just speaking out, man. I don't know.
No, but I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is either the substances themselves are allowing people to pick up on something that's there that normally they wouldn't, whereas at the same time, maybe it's more like what's the word?
Money.
It's more like money. More like money. And the whole other thing, like going back to Jung, that it could pick up on some sort of like archetypes in the lizard brain, like things that we've made up through our evolutionary consciousness. As humans evolved, or as animals evolved, different parts of the brains evolved along with it. And we got from, you know, basic drives such as sex, eat, sleep, to, you know, let's stave off boredom, let's create, let's do this and let's do that.
So there's inherent qualities and desires that are already there.
Right.
But there also may be kind of like an inherent knowledge that that's just unconsciously shared through
like the chain. Because it's all stored.
The fear of snakes. Like a baby monkey is like Nathan, were you afraid of snakes when you were a baby?
Fuck yes.
There we go.
Nathan, you're still a baby.
Well, then he's not lying. Could be bringing up something that we learned, like evolutionary sort of.
That's interesting. So, is there any other experiences that you've had?
Yeah, okay. Probably the most non-realistic experience I had. I fell asleep in the middle of the day. Again, the most likely time for this to happen is if your sleep cycle is disrupted, if you haven't slept in a while, if you're sleeping on your back or a particular side, it depends for different people. For some reason that will cause your REM sleep to kick in overdrive. And then that unfamiliar setting, you may wake up easier at the same time your body's trying to catch up on your REM sleep. So it's a perfect sort of whirlwind for sleep paralysis. And I saw on the wall there was this huge 2D head of Snoopy, and it was like floating around the wall, but everything else looked completely real.
And Snoopy's in our stored shared collective consciousness.
I hope not. I hope not.
He'd
But
be in your personal consciousness.
Right.
he was personal conscious. Yeah. I don't know where I picked it up.
That's how Charles Schultz came up to Snoopy. He was just like, oh,
He
yeah,
just
remember
dug
those
back
guys?
into
Yeah, he just dug back
millions
into
of years ago when Snoopy was a real
Snoopy
threat.
was around.
So I saw that, and then as soon as I woke up, the thing is, this is how it differs from dreams. When you're in a dream, you wake up and there's this period of like, oh, was I dreaming? What was I doing? Nothing happened except the Snoopy head disappeared.
I ain't experienced none of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm too strong for it.
That's right. I believe it. I don't have a
AJ
reputation of that.
AJ wards off the demons with all his AJ wards off
My
My inner
chismo.
strength.
No, AJ wards off all the demons with his AJ wards off all the demons with his speaking in tongues.
I thought you were speaking in tongues just now.
But the reason why I have to do that, I have to repeat because on the editing, I have to, like, if I fuck up.
Keep this in there.